Happy Thanksgiving, but it isn't all what we've been taught. The spirit of the holiday is indeed noble and good. We should be thankful as our Creator has truly blessed us with great abundance. However, as is often the case, we have not been taught exactly the truth. So if you don't want your understanding of the Thanksgiving holiday shattered, then it is best you turn away right now. But I hope you stay because this is going to be interesting. Picture it. A group of pilgrims are peacefully sharing a wonderful feast of their bounty, and the pilgrims are thankful to the Indians for helping them in surviving the first winter, and they're wonderful and their friends and all of that. But there were no pilgrims. Yeah, you heard me right. There were no pilgrims. Not in the way we've been taught, anyways. The people never called themselves pilgrims. They referred to themselves as saints. Early Americans gave the name of pilgrim to them, and it wasn't until the 1800s that the name was used exclusively to refer to the saints of Thanksgiving. The holiday has deep religious overtones, but it was not always so. The first Thanksgiving was a 3-day festival of the harvest. Quite the opposite of what we've learned. The festival consisted of drinking, gambling, athletic games, and target practice with English muskets, something they hoped would intimidate the Indians, knowing that the saints would defend themselves if needed be. The event didn't even take place in November, but rather late September and the middle of October after the harvest had been brought in. It would then stand to reason that the saints were working to prepare for the winter, salting meats, drying meat, and making sure the cold winter wind could be kept out of their homes. How about how the saints dressed? Surely we had that right, didn't we? No, we didn't really. They didn't wear the big black hats with a buckle on them. They didn't wear black or the buckles on their hats or shoes as are always depicted nowadays. Artists in the 19th century depicted them that way only because they thought it would look old-fashioned. And our much-beloved tradition of eating turkey like they did, is not that also true? No, but it is a great tradition. I wouldn't want to see that one changed at all. No, they ate deer, not turkey. Writer Edward Winslow was a pilgrim, he was a saint. But he recorded the following of that original event, end quote. For 3 days we entertained and feasted, and the Indians went out and killed 5 deer, which they brought to the plantation, end quote. Winslow also recorded that 4 pilgrims went out fowling or bird hunting, but no one wrote down what the birds were that they brought back. It may have been turkey, but we really don't know. It could have been a multitude of other birds, too. They may also have feasted on cod, bass, clams, oysters, Indian corn, berries, and plums. The drinks, no diet soda. They drank water, beer that was made from corn, and something that they referred to as strong water. And I wonder if the strong water packed a punch. Another favorite of mine, pumpkin pie, was not served. All that is known is that the saints boiled their pumpkin and ate it plain. They didn't have mills yet, so the only kind of bread that they had was cornbread. They could have had lobster if they wanted to, but they didn't. I think this is kind of funny. They didn't because they thought they were nothing more than huge insects. Anyways, we're also taught that the saints held the feast every year, but there is no record that it was celebrated the next year. 1622 had actually provided a very poor harvest, and a boatload of new saints arrived that they were trying to house and feed for the coming winter. So that's the true, albeit strange, story of Thanksgiving, and I doubt that the Indians celebrated it with the saints ever again, as we all know how these native people were used by the Europeans after their arrival. And the time of the Native American being supreme in the woodlands was to quickly pass. Well, we still have a lot to give thanks for. I've bought my turkey, my potatoes, sweet potatoes, and pumpkin pies. I'm going to feast in the tradition of the season, even with those traditions not being the truth. Happy Thanksgiving all, and God bless.